Okay, hi, my name is Liam. I'm a rising senior at Regis High School. This is my first time being involved with the Boost engineering program, and the first few days I was working on the Minty-Boost phone charger. And what is basically is it just gives you charge on the go for any USB device. So going into the components here, you've got the two AA batteries, which add up to 3 volts input power into the circuit, and then going into the circuit you've got a number of components here. Okay, so first off we've got several resistors here. There's one here, those little tiny things with stripes on them, and they're to reduce the voltage as the current travels along the circuit to make sure none of the components are harmed. You've got a diode right here, and it has electric field in it which prevents current from moving in one of the directions, so it can only travel in one direction through the diode. Then you've got a couple of capacitors, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me see how many farads are these. I think it was 220 microfarads. And what they're for is the battery may not be producing enough voltage and may not be sending enough charge to this, so capacitors make up for that because they store charge on the opposite plates, and then they can discharge that to the rest of the circuit. And then finally what you have here is you've got an inductor here which works with the chip right here to increase the voltage to 5 volts, which is the standard voltage for USB, and that comes out right here in this USB outlet. And then so then to see it in action, just plug this in. Oops. And oh, look at that, it's charging. So it's working, which is pretty great, although it does eat up batteries pretty quickly. So what I learned from this project, a couple of things. First of all, how to solder, which is really important, and how to desolder. And I had a few problems with that. For example, the 2 wires here actually. I finished this the first day, but then when I went home they broke off, they weren't soldered well enough, so I went back, and what I ended up having to do, because the wire's still stuck in there, is I just heat up the solder in here and push it through the holes, which ended up working pretty well, and I soldered both sides to keep it in there, and since then it's been pretty good. It's a good thing that didn't break off because that'd be embarrassing. And then additionally, I learned about various parts of the circuit. For example, this chip and how it works with the inductor here, as well as the diode. I didn't know what that was before. So while I was following directions for a lot of this, I made sure that as I'm going along, I knew what each part was, so I was getting something out of this. And I think what I learned this will be really helpful as I work on my intensive project in the coming weeks.